This is Eric from Pack Hacker, and today we're taking a look at the Bellroy Venture Pouch, which I've been testing for the past 2 weeks. If you find this video helpful, make sure you subscribe so we can continue making content like this to help you travel smarter. Let's dive in. So it seems like in recent years we've been getting more recycled nylon and recycled polyester products from Bellroy. And what I really dig about when Bellroy does this is that you really can't notice a difference in quality between this and their other products. Sometimes brands, when they use recycled products, it feels different. It doesn't feel as durable and doesn't feel maybe as water resistant, whereas this material is very durable. It almost has like a little bit of a rough texture to it, like not uncomfortably so, but it feels like it's rugged and it can take a beating. And overall, like I haven't noticed any issues with this exterior materials. It does a good job at keeping water out, and obviously we have these YKK AquaGuard zippers as well, which help with that. But overall, just very happy with these materials, and then obviously seeing that they're recycled means, you know, better for the environment, and knowing that it's better for the environment and that it will last you is pretty rad if you ask me. But I mentioned those YKK zippers. Obviously we just have one head on each track, which I kind of like and also kind of dislike, which I'll get into when we get inside the pack. But when you have two zipper heads, a lot of the time when they come together, there's a small hole there. So with there just being one, you don't have as much of an issue. There is, you know, obviously maybe a small little hole there, but if you pull it real hard to the end, it's pretty minimal. But when you have two, it's typically there's that little hole there. So there's really not a ton going on here. Obviously you have the Bellroy logo there, which is pretty minimalistic. We're pretty close right now. We're pretty cropped in, so you can see it really well. But from a distance, you really don't notice it so much. And just overall, they normally are pretty on point with their branding at Bellroy, and no change here. It looks really nice. But moving on to the back side, we have these two loops here. So you can kind of turn this thing into a little bit of a sling if you want to. It's worth noting that there is a Bellroy Venture hip pack, which is very identical to this, but it's obviously a hip pack. So the exterior for the most part is exactly the same. It doesn't have these loops, and it has a strap, so you can wear it around like a hip pack. I will note some of the differences between this and that when we get inside, but very similar, and just nice that, so you can't take the strap off of the hip pack, but you can add a strap to this. It's probably not as streamlined as the hip pack, or I should say it isn't, because I'm currently testing that, but it's nice to have that. And you can also attach this inside your pack if you want to with just one of these and like a carabiner. But overall, happy with the materials and just how this thing looks. It's very, very small, but it gets the job done, I should say, and these materials get the job done. So when it comes to secondary compartments, we just have this one pocket here on the front. So we'll pop it open now. I've got my wallet stuffed in one of the sides and then a camera battery on the other. So I'm gonna take my wallet out because that takes up a bunch of the space. It even takes up, like it takes up more than half of it. So, but it does fit. So if you have a smaller wallet like this is the Chum Surf Shorts wallet, it will fit inside there. If you go like this, you can kind of, depending on the wallet, fit it vertically, but depending on your wallet, it might not fit inside, especially if you have like a metal wallet that you're not gonna be able to compress it at all. It might not fit. But there is a divider here. So this is all that's going on in this pocket. There's these basically an open space with a divider down the middle, which also kind of acts as like a gusset to stop you from opening it too far. Got a camera battery in there just because you never like to be without extra juice for your camera. But other than that, there's no organization inside here. So on the hip pack, there is a key leash inside here, which it makes sense that that wouldn't make its way over to this pouch. You don't really need a key leash inside of a pouch, but no other organization to speak of here. And I kind of like it like that. It's so small that if there was more organization inside this pocket, it's really just gonna bog you down and kind of just get in your way. So I like that there is a divider, so you can kind of divide it up a little bit, but that doesn't take up much space. So you can't put something long in here, but if you want to put something a little bit wider in one of the pockets, it's a gusset, so it'll go like that. That's how I was able to fit my wallet inside there. Or you can just like kind of stack things in there. Like I probably could fit 2 or 3 of those camera batteries on each side of here if you're gonna use this as like a pouch for accessories for your camera or something like that. But I've rambled on enough about this little pocket with no organization, so let's move on. So now into the main compartment, if that's what you'd like to call it. I guess I should mention as well, these zipper pulls are just kind of like a paracord-like material, and then you got some heat shrunk plastic on the end there. Very easy to grab onto, open and close. They do get a little bit wet or waterlogged, I should say, but they dry fairly quickly and not a huge deal because those zippers are gonna keep the water out. So open that up. So this is one place where I almost wish that there were 2 zipper heads on this one, because you could kind of like, I don't know, leave the zippers where you want to and open it in different ways. And also, I feel like this could open a little bit wider to get better access to your gear. But that's me being very nitpicky. I do think this thing is designed pretty well. So as far as organization goes inside of here, we just have this one divider right here. So I think that the best use for this backside is for your phone. I've got an iPhone 11 with a case on it, and then I've also got a passport stowed back there as well. And there is a little bit of extra room, so you could, in theory, fit, like a field notes or something else in there, or whatever would, phone-sized flat items will fit there. So I'm gonna pull those out of there now. And you can see just a, flat area with a divider that's padded, so it'll keep your phone safe, and you get a little bit of padding on this backside as well to keep the other side of your phone safe too. So on this side, I've just got a little emulator stowed inside there, my headphones, as you can see, and then I've got my charging brick, but I forgot my cable today, so no cable to show, but that also was in here during the testing phase. Quite, enough room for that stuff, but not room for much more. So I typically use, I've actually got it right here, so planning on showing it, but I've got the Air split kit. That's my typical tech pouch, and I wasn't able to fit everything that I typically stow inside there, inside this Venture pouch. So it's a little bit, at least for me, a little bit too small to stow all of my daily tech usage. And there is some extra stuff in there, like I've got 3 cables and like the emulator and stuff like that, but it didn't work for me for that. If I were to downgrade the size of my, like some of the stuff I brought, it probably would fit. But I think that's just worth noting that if you do bring a lot of tech, this might not work for you as a tech pouch, just depending on your tech. So we do have a nice little Venture quote there. Not sure how well you can read that. You can pause it and read it now if you'd like to, but no other organization to speak of inside here. I should note that on the hip pack, there is a stretchy pocket right here. So you can put like sunglasses or like a cable in there or something like that. And I'm not sure why that didn't migrate over to the pouch. I think it would be really helpful. And I wouldn't know that if I wasn't currently testing the hip pouch, or the hip pack, I'm sorry, I should say. So I guess maybe that's just me because I'm using these things at the same time. I'm like, man, I wish that there was a little pocket there. But overall, I do like the organization inside here. I just wish this thing was a smidge bigger. It feels kind of like it's caught in between 2 sizes. Like if it was a little bit bigger, it would be more useful as like a tech kit or something like that. And if it was a little bit smaller, it would be more portable and like easy to take with you places. Like right now, it's like there's no handle on this, so I feel like you can like carry it like this, but it's just a little bit awkward. But yeah, I don't know. It just feels like it works well, and the design and organization is very thoughtful, and I like it. It just feels, at least for me personally and my use, that it's kind of in between 2 sizes. Not quite big enough to carry my tech, but not quite small enough to be super portable and just like easy to carry around, like your throw around, like you put all your stuff in here and carry it around. But overall, very happy. Really dig how it looks, and like as I said, the organization is very thoughtful. Just kind of in between for me. So there you have it, the Bellroy Venture Pouch. Thanks for keeping it here at Pack Hacker, your guide to smarter travel. We'll see you in the next one.